Are you looking to shape the future you desire? In this video, we will explore how the principles and practices of Buddhism can guide you towards shaping a future filled with purpose, intention, and fulfillment. Step 1. Get what you want to make your dreams come true. That which is right in mind, also called right resolve or right aspiration. Having goals that are good, helpful, and in line with the Dharma is part of it. There are 3 parts to right intention: the intention of giving up, the intention of goodwill, and the intention of not hurting anyone. This isn't about giving up material things. It's about letting go of attachments and expectations that make you hurt. It's about getting rid of wants that come from greed, ignorance, or hate. Ask yourself, is this desire coming from a place of craving or aversion? Or is it coming from a place of wisdom and compassion? Before you set your goals, this means learning to be kind and compassionate to all living things, including yourself. When you set your goals, make sure they come from a desire to help other people and make the world a better place. A great way to find out what you really want is to ask yourself questions. It means going deep inside, asking yourself tough questions, and really hearing the answers. The process of getting what you want should be fun and exciting. It's about getting in touch with your dreams, goals, and interests. It has to do with picturing a future that makes you happy and full of hope. To make your dreams come true, you must first know what you really want. You can build the future you want by making sure your dreams are in line with your right intention, asking yourself questions, and drawing on your joy and motivation. Do this step slowly. You'll learn new things, grow, and make new connections along the way. Step 2. Wait and practice for a while. Being patient and practicing over and over again are not just good traits. They are what move us toward the future we want. Buddhism, which is very wise, stresses how important these traits are on our trip through life. The most powerful tapas is patience. Tapas means the heat or energy that comes from spiritual practice. This sentence shows how important it is to be patient. What it is not is weakness but power. What it is not is inaction, but a deep form of action. Being patient is important for making the future you want because it helps you stick to your goals even when things go wrong. It helps you understand that success doesn't happen overnight, but comes from working hard over time. Understanding is another way to get better at being patient. Know that things take time, that life has problems, and that everyone is trying their best. This knowledge can help you keep your cool and wait things out when things get tough. In Buddhism, practice is more than just doing the same thing over and over again. It's about growing. It's about developing good traits and habits that help us get closer to our goals and our real selves. As the Buddha taught, the only way to grow spiritually is to do something every day, like meditate, be aware, or do nice things for other people. In the same way, making your future happen takes consistent, hard work. Do something every day that moves you toward your goals. It could be getting better at something, meeting someone new, or just picturing your dreams coming true. Set aside time every day to do your practice, whether it's learning, meditating, or working on your goals. Make it an important part of your daily life. Do not try to do too much too soon. Start with small steps and slowly step up your efforts as you get going. Don't just think about the end goal. Enjoy the trip as well. Enjoy every little win and every little step forward. This will keep you interested and driven. Being mindful can help you become more patient. It trains you to be in the present. Accept things as they are, and think about your response before you give it. Think about the benefits of waiting and practice often. This can help you stay committed and keep going when things get hard. Always keep in mind that having days off is normal. If you miss a practice day or get impatient, don't be hard on yourself. Instead, start over and learn from what went wrong. The middle way is an idea taught in Buddhism that tells us to stay away from extremes and find balance. This means not going too slowly or too quickly when talking about patience and practice. It means to be patient but not lazy, and to practice hard but not too much. Find the middle ground. You should practice being patient and put in effort to be accepting. This balance will help you stay focused on your goals while having fun along the way. As you work toward your goals, remember that patience and practice are the steps you need to take. They are the quiet engines that move us forward, the steady hands that help us get through tough times, and the solid bases that hold up our dreams. If you practice patience, you will find the strength to keep going even when things get hard. Small steps toward your goals will become real as you work toward them. Remember that the future is not a faraway place, but a seed that we plant and care for now. You can care for this seed and watch it grow into the future you really want if you are patient and practice. Step 3. Be sensible and sensible. Being practical and reasonable doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or limiting your vision. Instead, it's about making sure that your goals are based in fact and that your path to the future is stable, steady, and long-lasting. As a religion with deep knowledge, Buddhism can help us stay practical and grounded. In Buddhism, the idea of the middle way tells us to stay away from extremes. When it comes to making your future, this means staying away from both too big of dreams that you can't actually achieve and too small of goals that will limit you. The middle way tells us to find a balance, to set goals that are both big and doable. To be sensible and sensible, you should begin by honestly evaluating your present position. Find out what your resources, flaws, strengths, and weaknesses are. If you want to change careers, for example, you should think about the job market, your marketable skills, and the problems that might come up. But that doesn't mean you should focus on the bad things. Instead, it means you should plan well and get ready. People who follow Buddhism often get karma wrong. It's not about fate or being doomed. It's about what happens and why. There is an effect for every action and a reason for every action. To be useful and realistic, you need to understand this idea and use it in your daily life. When you set goals, you should think about the things you need to do to make the impacts you want happen. Understand that constant writing is the action that will lead to a finished manuscript if you want to write a book. With this knowledge, you can make plans for how to reach your goal. The 5 aggregates are what Buddhism teaches: form, feeling, awareness, mental formations, and consciousness. Knowing these things can help us stay grounded and in touch with reality. For instance, be aware that how you feel and what you think about your dreams may change over time. Impermanence. Also, keep in mind that your goals should be in line with your consciousness or your values, beliefs, and ideals. Set SMART goals to be useful and honest. In short, SMART means for clear, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. In line with Buddhist ideas, this method encourages being aware, clear, and focused. Make it very clear what you want to do. This shows right thought and right intention. Number your goals so you can see how you're doing. This fits with right understanding, which means seeing things as they really are. Make sure that your goals are reasonable and doable. This fits with the middle way. Make goals that are important to you and fit with what you believe in. This shows right livelihood and right effort. Set a due date. This fits with the idea of impermanence, which means realizing that time is limited and things are always changing. To be realistic, you should also break your dreams down into smaller steps that you can handle. Buddhism doesn't see enlightenment as a big jump. Instead, it sees it as a slowly building road. In the same way, making your future needs steady, consistent work. Begin with the basics. Set aside time every day to get better. You will get better at what you're doing and reach your goal in time. This method shows right effort, which means developing a balanced and regular way of doing things. Being sensible also means being able to deal with and accept change. It is taught in Buddhism that everything changes or impermanence. It's okay if your plans, dreams, and goals change too. Accept it, learn from it, and let it lead you to a more realistic future. For example, it's okay to change your mind about a job path if you find that it's no longer making you happy. This isn't failure, it's growth. It means realizing that life and our hopes and dreams are always changing. Being practical and reasonable means asking for help when you need it. In Buddhism, the Sangha group is very important because it gives support, advice, and knowledge. In the same way, don't be afraid to ask mentors, experts, or coworkers for help as you look to the future. Don't forget that making the future you want is a process. It's important to find a balance between big dreams and real life, between aiming high and staying grounded. So make goals that are attainable, break them down into steps you can take, be open to change, and ask for help when you need it. You can make it through this journey with clarity, confidence, and courage if you use the knowledge of Buddhism as your guide. Step 4. Don't let labels from other people hold you back. In our connected world, there are many people who try to describe us by what they think about us. They might name us based on our past, how we look, our situation, or our social roles. Labels can make us feel limited and down, and in the end, they can stop us from making the future we want. The Buddhist idea of non-self, or anatta, tells us that there is no such thing as a set, unchanging self. Instead, we are a moving process that changes, grows, and evolves all the time. Our past, our thoughts, our feelings, and even our bodies are not who we are. They are just things we are going through. Labels try to catch us and describe us based on a small part of our lives. Non-self tells us that we're more than that, though. We're not just one scene. We're the whole movie. We're not just one step on the way. So don't let labels stop you. They don't tell the whole story of who you are. Labels have the power to deeply affect our minds and change the way we think, feel, and act. They can make you question yourself, be afraid, and feel unsafe. But Buddhism teaches us how to be mindful, which means being in the present moment and aware of how we feel and think. The idea of right action tells us to behave in moral, helpful, and non-harmful ways. The things you do, not the names people give you, describe who you are. So, behave in ways that show what you really believe and what you can do. Right thought tells us to think good things that will help us. Don't focus on the bad names. Instead, think about things that make you feel inspired, motivated, and strong. Tags are sometimes used to hurt us on purpose. It's easy to get angry or resentful in these scenarios. Buddha taught us to be kind, though. People who hurt others with labels are often going through a lot themselves. Perhaps they feel unsafe, scared, or unsure of what to do. Instead of getting angry, try to become more compassionate. Feel what they're feeling. Forget what they did, and let go of the labels they try to put on you. That doesn't mean you should put up with how they act. It means you choose not to let what they did define or limit you. Write down all the names that are stopping you. These could be names that other people have given you, or that you have given yourself. Pay attention to how each name makes you feel, what you think, and what you do. Does it hold you back? Does it make you afraid or doubt yourself? Ask yourself, does this label really show who I am? Does it limit my potential? Remember the idea of non-self. You are more than any label. If a label makes you feel bad, change it to something positive and powerful. Say something like thoughtful or reflective, instead of shy if someone has called you that. Picture yourself letting go of the old labels that hold you back. Imagine that they are going away and you are free to make the future you want. Labels are like bands that try to tie us to the past, to how other people see us, and to small versions of who we are. But Buddhism tells us that these labels don't make us who we are. We are living, changing things with a lot of promise. Labels from other people shouldn't stop you. Instead, use your deeds, words, thoughts, and potential to describe who you are. Develop an open mind, compassion, and the ability to be aware. Free yourself from old labels and make the future you really want. Step 5. Figure out what went wrong and fix it. We will make mistakes and fail on our way to making the world we want. These things are not obstacles. Instead, they are stepping stones that help us learn and grow. Buddhism tells us to accept our mistakes, learn from them, and use them to power our journey. Buddhists believe that there is no such thing as loss. only feedback. Every mistake and failure is a chance to get better and learn. This way of thinking is related to the idea of right understanding, which says we should see things as they really are instead of how we want them to be. When we mess up, the first thing we might do is deny it, ignore it, or wish it away. But that's not the wise way to go. We should instead own up to our mistake, accept it, and try to understand it. Then we can figure out what to do next. Reflection is the first step in learning from mistakes. In Buddhism, one of the most important things we can do to help us process our experiences and gain insight is to think. When you make a mistake, stop, breathe, and think about what you did wrong. Though reflection is important, self-compassion is even more so. Pay attention to yourself and be kind. Remember that mistakes are a normal part of being human. Criticizing yourself for mistakes doesn't help you grow. It just makes things worse. We learn about metta, or loving kindness, in Buddhism. Being kind to yourself is part of this. Help yourself understand and feel better just like you would a close friend who has done something wrong. In a way, making mistakes helps us keep our minds open to new things. They make us realize we don't know everything, which makes us want to learn and grow. With each mistake, we get one step closer to knowledge and a better understanding of how things really are. Feel free to tell others about your mistakes and what you've learned from them. This has the potential to be very strong. It not only helps other people learn from your mistakes, but it also helps you learn more yourself. It also helps build a mindset of growth, understanding, and openness. Remember that making mistakes doesn't mean you're weak. It means you tried. They are steps that will help you grow and become wise. Buddha once said, "The secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, worry about the future, or anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly." To live in the present wisely, you need to learn from your mistakes. It means being aware of the past without focusing on it, and making plans for the future without stressing about it. It's about seeing every moment and every mistake as a chance to learn, grow, and make the future you really want. Step 6. Have faith in your skills and abilities. Have faith in yourself, and it will help you find the way to the future you want. It's the faith you have in your skills, your dreams, and your potential. Religions like Buddhism have deep lessons that can help you build strong confidence. Buddhism teaches the idea of Buddha nature, which says that all living things have the ability to become enlightened. That is to say, the seeds of knowledge, compassion, and understanding are already inside you. Once you know and accept your Buddha nature, you can start to build an inner confidence that doesn't depend on outside situations or approval. Meditate and think about yourself for a while to get in touch with your Buddha nature. Look inside, past your thoughts and feelings on the surface. Find the calm, steady, and wise part of yourself that lives inside you. You can trust this because it's your Buddha nature, your true self. It's not enough to just feel confident. You have to act confidently too. Right speech, right action, and right thought are Buddhist concepts that help us be wise and act in an ethical way. When your words, actions, and thoughts are in line with these concepts, confidence grows on its own. Right speech tells you to be honest, kind, and helpful when you talk. Being honest and caring in your conversations builds trust and respect, both with other people and with yourself. This gives you more faith in your ability to say what you want to say and make the world a better place. When you follow right action, you will act in ways that are moral, safe, and helpful. You build a strong moral base when you act with honesty. This gives you the strength to stick to your decisions because you know you are doing the right thing. Right thought tells you to think good, honest, and happy thoughts. Focusing your thoughts on true and helpful things helps you become mentally clear and emotionally strong. This gives you faith in your ability to deal with problems and make smart choices. In Buddhism, the idea of impermanence tells us that everything changes. This includes how confident you are. You might feel like you can't be stopped some days and unsure of what to do the next. Accept that this ups and downs is a normal part of life. Knowing that things change over time helps you not get too attached to your confidence when it's high or too down when it's low. You learn to ride the waves of change instead, and with each one, you adapt and grow. This builds a strong, unwavering confidence that comes from being able to accept and adjust to change. Being mindful is an important part of Buddhism. It helps you be present and aware of your deeds, feelings, and thoughts. When you practice mindfulness, you become very self-aware, which lets you know your skills, weaknesses, and potential. Being confident starts with knowing yourself. Recognizing your skills and having faith in them can help you. Also, being aware of your flaws and working to improve them is helpful. Being mindful and aware of yourself can help you build a healthy, real, and grounded sense of confidence. Loving kindness, or metta, is a Buddhist practice that means loving and caring for all things, including yourself, no matter what. Often, when we don't feel confident, it's because we're too hard on ourselves and think too much about our flaws and mistakes. Being metta with yourself means being as kind, compassionate, and understanding to yourself as you would be with a close friend. It means recognizing your efforts, enjoying your growth, and forgetting about the mistakes you've made. This gives you a strong sense of security that helps your health and growth. Building confidence is a process, not a goal, just like the road to enlightenment. It's a way to learn about yourself, grow, and understand others. Sometimes your faith will soar, and other times it will faint. Take these ups and downs as chances to learn and get better. Take a moment to remember the story of how Buddha became free. He had a lot of problems and failures, but he never gave up on his dreams. His search, practice, and growth did not stop. Your trip is the same. Don't stop going forward, learning, or building your confidence. Think about a small stream that flows through the mountains. It hopes to get to the big ocean one day, but it's hesitant because it doesn't believe it can get past the rocks, the falls, and the winding trails that are ahead. The stream meets an old, wise tree one day. The tree sees its doubt and asks, "Little stream, do you know the secret of my strength and height?" The stream shakes its head. The tree says, "I grew this tall because I trusted my roots, my potential. I reached for the sun, little by little, every day. You too have that potential. Trust it, nurture it, and you will reach the ocean." The little stream starts its trip because it is moved. It doesn't move quickly. It flows slowly and evenly. Even when things get hard, it doesn't give up. Instead, it learns from each task and gets smarter and stronger as it goes. The small stream moves slowly but surely toward the ocean. Like that little stream, you are too. It's possible for you to reach your goals because you have dreams and potential. Have faith in yourself, boost your confidence, and keep going. You will get to your water one day. Being sure of yourself is what will help you reach your goals and create the future you desire. This is the faith you have in your own skills, your dreams, and your own trust in yourself. Buddhism has deep lessons that can help you build up your confidence. These ideas will help you build unwavering confidence by helping you understand your Buddha nature and practice right speech, action, and thought. By accepting that things change over time and becoming more mindful and self-aware, by practicing loving kindness and remembering that confidence is a process. So have faith in yourself, know what you can do, and keep going. You have the power to make your dreams come true. Be sure of yourself, and may the Buddhist teachings of wisdom and kindness lead you.